Hello, hello. Quickly do a test here. Welcome, everyone. Slightly different angle today. Hope you are all doing well. Yeah, today we're gonna do a little bit with the Digitakt. I'm gonna be honest, today I'm feeling a bit tired. A bit more tired than usual, but I still felt the need to do a live stream today. So let's see what comes out. I've been having a lot of fun with Digitakt II. And I wanna use it more. Montag halt. Yeah, Monday. Monday vibes for sure, man. Yesterday was like... Man, the weather yesterday was like... sunny! Wow! And today is like the complete opposite. I'm not saying that I'm depending, like my mood depends on the weather, but sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, oh, come on, man. So we got Oladja. Saying, hey, all the best in your beat making. I'm definitely thinking about purchasing one of these machines. Yeah, they're awesome, man. I have one pattern playing right here, and I'll explain in a second. I'm just gonna read through a few comments from people that are coming in. Got Nature Vibes Music. I'm about to get confused with this futuristic tool you're using. Yeah, it's like to put it simple, it's a drum rack. It's a drum rack and hardware version. No Digitone 2? Nah, man. I purchased the Digitakt I a few days before the Digitakt II came out. I had to return it and then purchase this one. Had to. Digitone is, I don't know, man. I have like already 2 of these machines and one TR8S. Do I see my hand? Yeah, I see my hand. Okay. I think a Digitone 2 will be too much. Don't have any more space in my room, man. Look. So, let me just quickly double check how the stream's looking like. Yeah. So here's one of my drum machines, which I mainly use for kick, hi-hat, clap type stuff. Digitakt and Synth, I kind of use like machines on their own when I don't feel like doing anything in Ableton Live. I just take a drum machine, make a pattern there, and then import that. That's the vibe that we're going for today. Yeah, I just want to show you a few functions because I don't usually make videos on hardware when I post onto YouTube. I do it in my live streams because it's very different compared to the content that I usually post, which is mainly for beginners. So live stream's going to be more of like a self-expression and see what comes out type thing. And then here's where we have a light and this controller called the Akai APC40 Mark II. And unfortunately, it's been discontinued. It's literally the best controller for live performances and launching clips for Ableton Live. I don't know why they discontinued it. Akai, this was literally, like I'm not joking, this was Akai's most popular controller. You could see it in like every live performance set. Really good thing. You have faders. Faders, clip launching ability, and record arm buttons. You got some twistable knobs at the very top. Very strange that they discontinued. I think it's some kind of a marketing thing because they have this APC64 or something out now. In Canada, we get 4 seasons in one day. Crazy. So right now you hear a pattern played on the Digitakt, and I have it set to Overbridge mode, which is a setting that you can enable in system. USB configuration Overbridge. Now, I hope you get to see what's on the screen here. Overbridge is a plugin, also developed by Electron, same people who have made the Digitakt. And I'm gonna quickly hop on over to Ableton Live so you see what's going on inside my DAW. So this is Ableton. You see all the sounds from the Digitakt are coming in on this track. So I don't have to route the Digitakt as an audio input device here, which means I can still use the inputs from my audio interface for all the other hardware. And I don't even need to set it up anywhere down here. Yeah. Well, besides this, which isn't so important actually. But it's fairly easy to set up once you have the Overbridge configured. And whatever's going on in here is also reflected on the device. Whenever you touch something on the device, you also get to see it in Overbridge, which is pretty freaking cool. Hardware coupled with software and having the opportunity to transfer audio and MIDI real-time via USB. That's future technology, if you ask me. Yeah. And since it has two inputs on the back, it allows me to also hook up different drum machines like the TR-8S into the TR-8S, for example. I route it into here. And I have this also connected via USB to my computer. So it's synced. And it doesn't take up two slots. You see these two cables? Well, let me see. There's two line out cables going from channel left and right. So we got channel left and channel right up top here. They're coming out. And instead of going into my audio interface, which would take up two slots, they're going into this machine here. Into the Digitakt II. And using the Overbridge software, I can configure it in a way which allows me to use the TR-8S on a separate track. It's kind of nerdy to explain. I hope you get the point, but it's really, really fun to use Overbridge and combine that with different hardware devices. But without further ado, I think I've spoken enough. Let's show a bit what this drum machine is about. Now I'm gonna just quickly make sure that everything is on my screen here. In case you have any questions, just feel free to ask, or any comments. I'm more than willing to answer. I would say live streaming is the best place to interact. So yeah, let me know if you have anything to say. By the way, Akai PC40 Mark II is back on Amazon right now. I just bought it. Really? Overbridge is so powerful, amazing feature. Dude, there's no way it's back on Amazon. I searched the entire internet archive for this freaking controller, just out of curiosity. Akai PC40 Mark II. Yeah! They have it back! No! They freaking have it back. You're totally right, dude. That is amazing. Thanks for letting me know, man. Like, I'm not gonna get a second one, but it's still such a good news because I wanted to make tutorials on it, on how to use this controller, and I see it's discontinued and there's no purchase option. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna make a tutorial on it, but now that I know that it's back, that's a good sign. What's up, Rui? Rui? Yeah. That's crazy that they actually have it back. I'm so happy that it's back. All right. So, where do I start? This is a pattern. Each and every single one of these little slots contains a sound similar to a pad in drum rack. Right? So this is my kick. Let me just stop playing here for a second. Kick, hi-hat, some kind of a clap or percussion, white noise, floor sound, rim shot, and some random sounds. And you can see, for example, the kick. If I click on track 1, which is the kick, I go into the record button. I see where those kick triggers are placed, similar to how you would see MIDI notes in the drum rack. And when I hit play, you see the kick where it's triggered. Yeah, that white little line is like the playhead. And then it jumps over to page 2. I have 2 pages set up in this particular instance. And for example, if I want the rim shot to play, I just play some triggers. Yeah, could add swing to the whole thing. I'm getting a lot of swing. And what makes this drum machine really unique is that you have trigger conditions. So you can say, okay, I want only this trigger, if I hold it down, to be triggered on every first run. This trigger, I want it to be triggered like this. I think on the first run of every 2 cycles. Yeah, that makes it just really dynamic and gives you a lot of variation in the groove. This is similar to probability and chance in Ableton Live, but it's a bit different in the sense that it gives you still some level of consistency. Trigger conditions. You still have probability here. For example, this last rim shot here, I could hold it down and I could set the probability to a percentage, like 50%. And then it gives it a 50% chance of launching or not. But with trigger conditions, you retain a little bit of control over when exactly the sound is played. And it still sounds very varied. Yeah. I have a few different patterns here. If I go to pattern, these are like my projects. Like each pattern contains a different kit and different MIDI notes or triggers, as they're called on this device. This is pattern 1, which is like a really soft pattern. Let me just quickly crank up the volume. And I feel like one of the reasons why I love these devices compared to Drum Rack or Ableton Live is because I feel like this device has kind of an energy of its own. Workflow and sounds just tend to sound different, man. It's hard to put into words. So if I go to pattern 2, see, I could start a track with this groove. Or this is like very inspiring to me. That's some weird, sounds so weird, you know? A very unique type of sound. I just don't seem to get that with Drum Rack. Yeah, and for example, pattern 10. No, was it this one or which one was it? I forgot which one I just had. Yeah, this one. There's a cool function called Control All, which allows you to adjust multiple parameters at the same time. So, for example, if I want to change the pitch on all samples at the same time, I hit track, I go into source, and I can pitch them down. I could change the start position on all samples. And with function no, I go back to the last saved state. So when I make sounds on this thing, I always hit function yes to save the current pattern to the temporary area. And whenever I make changes, for example, drastic changes like the pitch, like I'm getting completely different vibes, completely different track ideas from this. change the loop mode here. Start position and length usually make the most change. I'm just messing around. And if I don't like it, I hit function no. And what's most powerful about this is that you also get to change the samples that are loaded with this control all function. So for example, it'll shift all the samples by 1. Like, holy moly, what is this? Completely different idea. That's so cool. Or I hit function no and go back to the last safe state. And you can imagine how fun it is to have one of these boxes and lay down on your bed and do a little bit of a jam there, save a couple templates or patterns, open up Ableton Live, already have something ready to go that you can record. And having Overbridge just makes it a lot easier. So let me go to a separate project that I have loaded specifically for today's stream. Where is it again? So we go up here to project, load project, third project. Don't want to save my existing one. Save before loading, load anyway, yeah. So my goal for now is to create some kind of a basic kick, hi-hat, clap pattern, maybe with a few low percussion sounds, record that into Ableton Live and get a track going. And ideally, by the end of the stream, we have some kind of a finished track, but let's see. Let's see how the vibe goes. What do I have prepared here? Do I have anything? Yeah, I already have a few patterns here, as you can see. Let me read through the comment while this one plays. Well, hello, Stimming. Yeah, Stimming is a cool guy, man. Really hardware expert. He also inspired me to grab these machines, or convinced me, helped convince me. Which samples do you use for this project? Roya, loops, or one-shots? I use mainly the sounds that are on the device because they're really good. They're very dirty, nasty, but they always give you that dirty, nasty sound, you know? And I use sounds from Roya. That's at least the ones that I've currently loaded on this device. Can asks, is this machine analog or are the drums sampled? If it's analog, do you think that it sounds better? Yeah, Digitakt is a sampler, as P. Laos says here. So the whole way this thing works is that you load samples on it, you place them, you process them, and then you either create an entire track on this device or you import it into Ableton Live, which I do, and continue to process there. The Syntact, however, this here, the guy that's above the Digitakt, is a synth engine. And you can really feel the difference. This thing gets warm as heck. This thing doesn't get warm at all, because this guy has actual engines built in that synthesize sound, whereas this one works with samples. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah, let's get some kind of a groove going here, and I would prefer to start from scratch, so let's go for an empty pattern. So right now I have nothing loaded, but it's playing. Let's start with as simple as we can start with it, which is track 1, kick. 4x4. Let's load up a different sound here. You see a couple of my loops here. These are the Roya sounds. I actually like it. Maybe we can load some kind of a top loop in this thing for it in a second. Let's start with a kick though. Let's take it easy here. Yeah, this is a good kick. This is kick number 8 from the Roya pack. And what I love about... Whoops, I think I hit my cam here. Double check to see if it still looks good. Yeah, halfway. Sorry that you guys have to see my side eye the whole time. It's hard to... Like, I don't have a camera set up on my face where I have the Digitakt. I can only use that main camera there. The cool thing about this is that you can also set some additional kick triggers. And with trigger conditions, you can set it to play, for example, on every first run, every 2 cycles. Just give it a bit of variety, you know? And on this trigger, I'd like to pitch it down a bit. You see, we're already getting some pitch difference. That's maybe a bit too low. And actually, let's bring it down a bit. We can also change the amp envelope so it gets a bit of an attack on only these triggers, meaning that it doesn't punch through as much compared to the main 4 to the floor triggers, you know? So we're getting some kind of an offbeat kick groove using just one kick. So kick tom, right? And usually after that, I go for some kind of a hi-hat sound. So 6 is a hi-hat loaded by default. Let's place the triggers here. And there's a really nice hi-hat sound that's loaded by default on the Digitakt, which is called hi-hat burst. Perfect hi-hat sound. Just filter down some of the low end. Maybe make it a bit quieter. And mess with the amplitude envelope, meaning that I'll give it a really short decay. And on this mod panel over here, we can use 3 separate LFOs, 1, 2, 3, to modulate the decay. So for example, right here, destination, I'm going to select the decay wherever that is. Let's just scroll down until we see decay, filter decay time, amp decay time. There we go. Yes. Now increase the depth. See, so some become smaller. Maybe set the speed to a lower amount so we get more gradual results. No, maybe that's a bit too much. Just find the right settings here. Maybe go back to the amp. Just want a slight bit of change. Sounds good. And then see if we can get some kind of a tom groove going. And you can also record on the go. I'll click function yes to save what I have into a temporary area. It's like a checkpoint. And what I can do is hit record, play. And it recorded that. Now it's playing the synth step in addition to that. However, it's quite unquantized. So let's quantize that really quickly by going to function. Where was it again? Was it here? No, this was the swing. We have to go function quantize, and then we can hit 100% quantization. So it's really tight on the groove. Maybe filter this guy down a bit. Give it some effects. Delay reverb. So much fun, dude. like a pad here. So we can make something from that preferably as well. Where was I? Filter. Click filter twice to enable the default low cut here. Go back into the main filter panel. Give it a different type of high cut here, or filter, slope, maybe like a bandpass type thing. I'll add function yes to quickly save it. Record live, and now we should have that pad also saved here. Maybe give it some reverb delay too. Chorus. It's fun. Yeah, and if I would want to, I can also like function filter, control all setup, exclude track 1, meaning that whenever I do the control all thingy that I've showed you previously, it will not affect the kick. This is a feature that's been introduced newly into the Digitakt II. Now, using the existing sounds that I already have now, everything besides the kick will now be swapped for a different sound. So I could just go track and swap through the sounds. You know, but I'm not liking the results that I'm hearing, so I'll just go function no, back to the default pattern. Oops. Yeah. I hope I'm making sense. Teures drum rack, yeah. Allerdings. Digitakt has 4 analog tracks and 8 digital tracks. It does drums and synth parts, yeah. Synth meaning synth, takt meaning rhythm, something like that. And we can set a few triggers here and change the snare sound for maybe change the placement. That's nice. I like the hi-hat only in this groove. Nice. Place a few random triggers here. See if I can load some kind of an interesting sound. Kind of a bass drum boom clean. I'll just use this and turn it into some kind of a subgroove. So let's hit function. Yes, I like the result, so I'm going to save it. And now I'm going to record some tune automation to it. So let's record that. Yeah, interesting. Now you see it's turned these into yellow triggers, meaning that we have our automation here. I'm going to hit function no though, because I don't like the recording. Let's do it again. It's a bit more interesting. Now let's fatten this up using the function mod to go into mixer. Mix in the compressed signal a bit more. We're getting a fatter, louder sound. Function yes to save, and then let's sounds weird. Let's go back. Function no. Maybe one more trigger. maybe this. Change it into grid. Grid is like slice mode. I'm finding the right pitch now. Maybe instead of placing the trigger, we will go into keyboard mode. And we can play this as a keyboard. I like this. Function yes, just for safety, and record. Function yes, I like it. Save, just for safety again. Change the slice. Maybe the play mode. Reverse. Sure. And just to test it out, let's try the whole sample swapping thing again now. Now since we have placed more triggers. So weird results. This sounds interesting. I like the low end groove. So what I'll do when I find a pattern this way is I'll copy the pattern. Did I do it correctly? Oops. Oh, I forgot how to do this, man. Let's go out of here. Copy pattern, yeah. Place it here. Paste pattern. And then I go back to this one here and hit function no. So, I think I messed it up. So wait, copy pattern, go here. Pattern, play this pattern. I want to paste it over here. And then we want to go back to the previous pattern. Hit function no. Messed it up a bit. Doesn't matter. We'll just recreate what we just did on pattern. We moved from pattern 8 to pattern 9 now. And now I'm going to just switch through the samples here. I'm switching through all the samples at the same time. Of course, there's a lot of mud. I like the low end on this one. Like, you need to be able to hear the clarity behind the chaos in this thing. I don't like the hat. And I don't like the other elements. Oh. Function yes, record that. Yeah, now we're onto something. Take some time. You have to spend time with these things to finally get something that you like. Euclidean on board. Yeah, it does have a Euclidean sequencer. Fantastic updates on these boxes. Yeah, they're fun. let's load the hi-hat back. Shape it a bit. Pitch it up a bit. Maybe give it a bit of attack. There we go. Function, yes. Give it more swing. I like that percussion in the background. That's it's like it's playing triplets. I think you hear it too, yeah? Let's just place this one again. Some white noise always goes well. Nice. See if we get... Yeah, I think I'm good. I think this is a groove that I feel like is solid, so I'll hit function settings to save the entire project. Hit yes, and it saves it. And if I feel like it, like before I commit to a groove, I feel like this is a good starting point for a track idea. Just for fun, I then just switch through the sounds again. See if I can get anything else before I commit. Yeah, but I'll hit function no, because I feel like I'm not getting any new results. Okay. Let's jump back into Ableton Live. Yeah, Digitakt II has the Euclidean sequencer. First one, the Digitakt one, I don't think it has one. So what we'll do is, it's a bit warm, work with what we got now and turn that into something usable in Ableton Live. You guys are still with me. Yeah, and I'm already jamming to this. Like, this is already making me dance, so it's a good sign. See where we can take this. I'll see, so everything that's coming out of the Digitakt is now being routed to Overbridge. And I'll take the time to resample my favorite results here, meaning that I will mute the elements, and Overbridge allows you to create audio tracks, select Overbridge plugin, and then, for example, track 1 I can record here, Digitakt II, track 2 I can record here. I can actually see what track has audio, which is also kind of cool. That's one way of doing it. Other way is to mute the sounds on your device and then record what's coming out of the master into your DAW. Since I have some processing on the main channel. But just to illustrate, for example, track 1 is the kick. So I'll hit record arm and record. See, it records the kick now. Record that for 8 bars. Cool. Now we got the kick here. So I can mute the kick. So I'll get the other groove elements out there too. So, for example, Overbridge and track 2 record arm, and then this should be the hi-hat. For 4 bars, this should be enough. So I'll mute the hi-hat on the device, and I'll just continue that process until I have all the tracks that I like. Yeah, I'm too lazy to record these. So I'll just leave them on the channel directly. Or you know what? I'm gonna sample them both into one single track like this. Call it like textures or something. Now, since I have the main material, I don't need to use the Digitakt anymore. I'll just shut it off for now. And use it in the future. And now we can try to make something work out of the groove that we have going on here. Rest. So how do we want to proceed? What should we want to add? Maybe we can use riser. I really don't know what I'm going to go for here. Try to do something with sequencers. I will use some kind of a sample from Loopmasters maybe today. Chuck it in here, put into slice mode, randomize the sequence, and that should be playing, but it's not. I think the sequencer is buggy. Let's load it again. Yeah, it seems to be buggy. No problem. I do feel like using riser though. Let's see. Weird. Normally it should be outputting MIDI, but it's not. Okay, about a different sequencer then. Sting. What the heck? What's this? Yeah. Nice. So I'll record this. Let's call this material. Material. I would desperately want to use riser. I'm confused as to why it doesn't work. I have this issue sometimes where riser doesn't play a sequence initially and I have to just reload it and then it works. I'll use the Flechtwerk as well to maybe come up with some kind of a bassline. Let's call this drum gen. My goal is to work in session view so I can gather some material. Hey, we got some people coming in. What's up, guys? What's up, Juanchi? Juanchi Rios? Your name cute. Juanchi. If you wouldn't be in a live stream, would you record all the elements in different tracks? Would I record the elements in different tracks if I weren't in a live stream? If I... you mean the whole resampling Digitakt thing? Usually I would have it set up in a way that has it all routed. I would have the Overbridge plugin, all the audio tracks and the input tracks. Here I would set the Digitakt, Overbridge, and then the according track. But you see the Digitakt has 15 tracks, and I'm feeling a bit lazy to do that now. So what I just did is I resampled just the kick and hats, and everything else I put into a rest track. If I wouldn't be doing it on stream, yes, I would take the time to resample every single track. But I do want to keep it somewhat interesting for you guys, so yeah. Got Jay Bradley, man. Nice to have you in the chat. So let's resample some material in here using first of all the drum gen and hopefully the riser. I wanted to show you guys something with riser, something really cool. But for some reason it's not vibing. Maybe you guys have the similar issue with riser? I have it every now and then that it doesn't play sequences when I load it. Yeah, usually it should be playing MIDI, just like this guy here. It's such a powerful sequencer with the extra mapping opportunities. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but I'll give it a few more tries. It's highly unusual that it doesn't work like this. Usually after 1 or 2 reloads, it plays, but today it decided not to go. And if it doesn't go, it's not meant to be. So we have polyrhythm, which is, or polylop is also a cool sequencer, which is for polyrhythmic results. Should I use it now or later? Let's use it now. And since we don't have riser loaded, as an alternative, we can use the note triggered modulator as a way to still retain some kind of step modulation. Oh, and what I would do is then hit record on this track over here and take the audio from drum gen. And this is fantastic if you're not feeling inspired, because you can just hit record. And whatever comes out of this track comes out of this track. Are you tempted by the Digitakt II? Nah, not as much as when I was when I saw the Digitakt II. Digitakt II is. I wasn't tempted by the Digitakt 1, and I'm not tempted by the Digitakt 2. So whatever I'm doing now, I'm recording into this track, so I can't do anything wrong. You guys get the point? By the way, let me know if it's loud enough. I feel like the session's kind of quiet today. The note triggered modulator reacts to the steps that are being output from this sequencer, allowing me to set different depths for each step. And then I can map that to a particular parameter. Sounds hella nerdy, and it is. So right now we have just the first step being triggered. Let's change that here. Let's randomize the pitch A. Yeah. This is like my meditation. This is what puts me into a trance. Let's I love it. It's recording everything, what's going on right now. Let's keep on. Now, where it gets weird is when we change the gate length to 7. Now it starts playing polyrhythms. Let's disable the mapping here. Let's actually keep it. Cool. Now I feel like I've gotten enough results here from material 1. Everything that I just did, I recorded. And now I will chuck in a different sample. Maybe something like this. And hit record. No, yeah, this one's good. I like the pitch modulation here. And working like this is really fun because you can't do anything wrong. Maybe add some swing. Okay, now it's time for a new sample, so let's chuck in something else. This is cool, and hit record. Oh yeah. Do you know how much value there is in this? Randomize a couple times. Find the right pitch range. Cool. So we've gathered some material here. Maybe I would put in some more high frequency content into this thing before deciding to go with what I have. So I'll delete the mappings for now. Open up the filter. And call this one material number 4. See, there's still some sounds to be leveraged. Hello, Annika. Hey man, what are the specs for your Mac Mini? Hi there, Andy Moff. This is the M2 Pro. M2 Pro. I think the 32 gigabytes of RAM. I think Mac or Apple just released the new Mac Mini, but it's like really mini. I think a bit too mini. I've been thinking of upgrading to the Studio, Mac Studio, because yeah, I feel like I need some more processing power, especially when streaming in 4K. And having lots of instances of Omnisphere loaded. Maybe change the gate length here too. Yeah. And now material number 5. Let's go for a few more. Just a few more. Oh. Interesting. Oh, that's it. That's nice. Now the pitch modulation here, set to random, is giving it some very inconsistent results. Sound very modular. Viel Spaß beim Plugins installieren, hab 3 Tage gebraucht. Andre says he took 3 days to install all his plugins when he changed his Mac. Musstest du alles neu installieren? Sheesh. All right, we have a few different sounds now loaded. And now we can just duplicate this channel 5 times by the number of material that we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And delete the according tracks. So we have material 1 through 5 distributed here in 5 tracks. And we can choose phrases from now on. Or maybe just choose particular loops or snippets that we like. I like the sub here. But I don't want it to play that often, so I'll duplicate the loop length and click on gain. Go to envelopes, and on the second half I want it to be at 0. Okay, so this is our call. And all the material I'm going to group and put a compressor here so the kick always comes through. I hope I have the right kick loaded, yeah. Should be the right one. Kind of quiet. Now let's move on to material number 2, and I'll select either 1 or 2. Interesting. So we got material 1, and we can still use material 2 if you want to go for something else. Add some delay to it, maybe. Let's see if we have something else. So 4 to 6 is good. Yeah, this is a bit more recognizable. More like background stuff. Material 3. Oh, this is lovely. Material 4. Maybe change the beats. Change the beats. Trying to find a groove here. But I'm not finding one. So let's go back to material 3 maybe. This is good. Nice. Maybe pitch them all down by yeah, that's nice. Now let's move on to Flechtwerk. Create a new audio track. Audio from Flechtwerk, record arm. What's up, Alice? Hallo zusammen, klasse Sounds haben sich ergeben. Schön, deep. Thank you, Markus. Thank you. What key are we in? Da, 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 da. I don't know if this is going to give me the results I'm looking for. No. No, not today. Not today, Flechtwerk. Come on, Razer. Come on. Why is this bro not working today? Operator. Some nice presets in here. I guess we'll just use the Polylop today then, instead of Razer. We'll have to pitch, mixing, pitch, media effects, pitch, put it right after this. Set it to, I think it was D sharp, the key, D sharp minor. Oh, actually, we have a scale function here. Now we just... So I'll basically do the same. I'll create a new audio track. Input from Zen, record arm, and then go. Tweak my parameters along the way. Or what I could do is just... It sounds terrible. No worries. Let's see if we can get something else. Okay, this is fairly okay. Nah, I'm not even gonna bother trying to tweak these presets. Oh, this one's good. There we go. Just shortening down the envelopes to make it really plucky. Some random delay. And then some reverb. It's recording everything. That's the reason I'm tweaking it the whole time and letting it just play through. Okay, now we've recorded a ton of takes. We got Rui saying, my friend, do you mix and master yourself and do it in live? Usually, I try not to waste too much time with mix and master. When I prepare a song and I have it finished for a label, I chuck in my rough master, like an Ozone, Maserati, onto the master track and send that version to labels. Just a bit of a beefed up version of my mix. There's other producers who like to master the tracks themselves and have their own separate chain, but I prefer sending it to labels as full as it possibly can sound, and then they'll send it to their mastering engineer. And for reference, you always still have your master. So what I do is send them the mixed version of the track that preferably peaks at -6 dB, because that's the best to work with for mastering engineers if your mix is at -6 dB. And in addition to that, I also send them my mastered track. But the way it usually works is, I finish a track, I master it using a rough master, and I send that rough master to labels. If they love the vibe, they'll usually ask for the mixed version of the track. So I send them just the mixed version, not the mastered one, just the mixed version, and they send it to their mastering engineers. You know, so they have still A/B comparison. I try not to spend too much time on mastering, man. It's something that can be very easily outsourced. Yeah. So let's see, we have so much material in this little thing here. Let's see if we can capture some part. Fantastic. Yeah, I love stuff like this. I'll duplicate the track here and I'll low cut it. I still have a bit of a cough. Man, these coughs take so long. Bit of a resonance in there. You can see that peak. And in addition to that, we'll just duplicate this and delete this. So let's pan this one to the left and this one to the right. Together with the kick. Unfortunately, it has a bit of a strong click. You see that kind of layers with my existing kick. However, these are good for the intro, these types of clicks, hi-hat grooves. Let's duplicate this take a third time. This could be interesting. Duplicate this. Nice. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe not so much. Let's see if I can turn this into a pad. Padifier. Nice. Group the tracks now and consolidate them a bit. Leaps. This is the tonal paddy. Not to be confused with the Krabby Patty. There's that one really heavy sublayer here that I will take away. Put a separate sidechain on it. Oops, mono the bass. So this could be turned into something more unusual. Maybe with EFX fragments. Hi, Carlos. Do you mix on the fly or mix after production? Always on the fly. I was never the type of person who could do it in a separate session, man. That's just my workflow. Sometimes, if I feel like it, I'll do like a complete reset. Like I'll save the session as a new project. I'll reset all the faders and start mixing again. But usually that just gives me like 2 or 3% extra. I try to do it very intuitively while I produce. It's my personal workflow. Let's call this one Shimmer. A bit too much sidechain on the pads. Let them breathe a bit more. Let's just call them tonal. sounds so clean without the Digitakt thing here. Man, look how long it took me to make this. But I have something of my own. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't need the low end from this. Now I'll go for some kind of a... Now I'm exiting the generative phase. F sharp. That's kind of nice. Capture the MIDI, duplicate the track, freeze and flatten that. Selber seine eigenen Tunes mastern können ist ideal. Yeah, Marco says it's best to be able to master your own tunes. I say so. Yeah, it's good. I mean, the more knowledge, the more know-how you have, it's always an advantage, of course. But I feel like some things can really get in the way between you and your creativity, and always having that I need to master every track on my own can be quite the challenge for a lot. So I would say, yeah, if you want, you can set up like an own mastering chain of yours. I know a few guys who do it that way, that just, you know, have a mastering chain preset, put it on their master, and then tweak the settings. Or you can build an entirely new master for each and every track. But my personal workflow is Ozone Imager, Ozone Maximizer, maybe a few tape emulation plugins before that to give it a bit of warmth. It's always different. I recommend, and this is a recommendation I have from Nee. He uses Maserati by Waves. Puts it on the master channel. Master, maybe 2 down the settings. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And then you send that to a label. That was the very, very quick approach. How many bars is this? My light just turned off. I think that either the battery's empty. No, it's not empty. It just automatically turned off. That's not what I wanted. I'll leave this just in case. Maybe I can do some RP stuff. The F sharp minor, let's stick with F sharp minor then. Is this really F sharp minor, the key that I'm working in? Dum, 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 dum. Oh, it's D minor. Is it really D minor, man? No, it's F sharp minor. I don't get it. Are these presets tuned differently? Must be. See if we have a sample for reference. Yeah, it's F sharp for sure, F sharp. Maybe it's too much sensitivity. No. What's up, Thomas? Good. That can be like a second pad layer or something like this. Really taking my time today, man. another pad there, but starting to sound kind of washy, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's just maybe extend the drums a bit here with kind of conga percussion. All loop. Not exactly the sound that I'm looking for. That's okay. Maybe not have them play on uneven lengths. I don't like it that it plays only when the kick plays. Oh, that's okay. That was nice. Yeah. Maybe. That's okay sounding. Maybe we can. Give it a bit of swing. Pair these. This is the first time where I'm actually really paying attention to the music more than I'm paying attention to the chat, because I'm always like, when I'm streaming, I'm always looking on the chat, and it feels very liberating to just make music and do my thing. It's basically just what I'm doing 24/7, but doing it on camera. I really want to get used to making my process, sharing my process the way it is, because I have a tendency to prepare a lot of stuff for YouTube. I just want to show what I do, you know. Yeah, the congas are nice. They feel very human, I would say. Somewhat irregular. I'm looking for like a bell type of sound, you know? Just need to find the right pair of notes to play right now. Playing some random notes on my keyboard now that are just in scale. Ich dachte, das wird eine diva-freie Session. Ich have so many Germans in the chat, man. Heute nicht, Mann. Oder? Vielleicht schon, weiß ich nicht. Let's see. First half. Oops. Yeah, I feel like this adds to the atmosphere more than it is an actual melody. The conga, I feel like it's too irregular. Put it back to 8. I think I should just start arranging now and do the melodies later. So I'll just make sure to go out of loop mode. Sidechain. Duplicate that for like 7 minutes or 200 minutes. Make sure loop is off and then just start recording, I guess. Start recording starting from here. Because I'm realizing that I'm fiddling too much. And that's the point where I just should start arrange. And do the melody afterward. Usually I like it when I have at least one element that is characterful, and when I can't get that with presets, synths, or sounds, I usually just type in the key of my track up here and look for sounds. For example, this, let's see. I like it when at least one element, you have at least one element, whether it be a melody or a sample, that has some character, that has really some wow effect. You know, this immediately captures the listener's attention, that kind of element, because that makes it a bit easier to arrange or to place. Like from a simple sound like this, You can chop it up into little tiny pieces and distribute that in the intro to make the track interesting. And in the break, you can bring it in fully. That's why I say having at least one of these types of sounds is cool. Usually I try to do that with synths, melodies, but I'm not feeling inspired for a melody right now, so I'll just try to take some sounds. So we could take this, maybe convert harmony to new MIDI track or something like that, or just leave it as is. Maybe we can turn it into something cool later. So these we're gonna put here, and we're just gonna stop all the tracks. Just stop them here and start recording. Let's see what sounds good. This is not good for the intro. The hi-hat's freaking loud. It's literally just launching clips. Maybe launch some tonal stuff here. Nice, gives it some vibe. Now this I need to play from the start. Start these at the same time. Oh, that click is really annoying. So oh, that note sucks. Some kind of a rough little sketch here. Doesn't need to be perfect. You play this sound. Yeah. And then create our outro here. Without it, it sounds so empty. All right, that's our sketch. Now we convert to arrangement view. Okay, the sidechain. Take it, paste it here. For some reason, the sequencer triggers the bongos every time I click somewhere in the session. So now we construct our intro. Yeah, and this is where it kind of gets long. I would definitely drag out the arrangement here. I should have recorded those congas as audio. That's okay. Like, I just need to figure out my intro vibe. Kind of want to have this here. I feel like the congas are just too regular this way. Yeah, this is okay. Yeah, blend it in like this. And just drag it in its length here. Lotus, I just want to say thank you and shout out. You taught me how to use Ableton and will forever be grateful. Man, I'm so happy to hear that. Cheers, man. Glad I could help you in your music production journey. Basically just building blocks, adding one element after the other here. It's just this type of track, yeah. Let's add this to I really don't like that click in the sound, but it's okay. I'll leave it there for now. Wow. Sidechain is too strong. You can hear all the elements disappear when the kick is playing. Let's reduce that a bit here. Yeah, let it breathe a bit more, you know. Copy this, put it here. Fuck. Why isn't it doing that? Right, copy this and paste it here. There we go. See, this is how you keep your track more interesting in that long friggin' intro. This is why I say it's incredibly important to have at least one characterful element. You don't need much more than that. This sample is not good though. It has a lot of dissonant frequencies in it. Should spend some more time going through different sounds. Yeah, it's okay. New track here. This section can extend. Yeah, definitely very minimalistic track, I would say. Oh, hello. Maybe we can go on to track clip. Or like F sharp minor. I have a few sounds selected here. Maybe I could. This thing here. It's missing a lot of detail, this track. Fine little tiny details. But I like that it doesn't utilize so many tracks, you know, it's somewhat of a minimal style here. So, where's the thing that I just downloaded? There it is. Let's try to make something of this. What is this even? 129 BPM. 129. G minor. We just need to pitch it down 1/2 tone step. Or yeah. Two steps. Still in the same key? I have no idea what key I'm in. Complete vibe of a sample, dude. Cooler Track, danke fürs Teilhaben lassen. Den Rest schaue ich morgen. Cheers, ja. Ich höre auch gleich auf. I'm gonna end the stream in a second. Getting a bit tired, to be honest. I really enjoy the sample here. Track clip is great for that, you know, just chuck an entire snippets, guitar loops. I feel like I'm missing a proper synth phrase or bass groove still. This whole atmosphere is a vibe. It's so important to have atmosphere before going for melodies. Like, I feel a lot more inspired when I have a decent atmosphere to then come up with some kind of melody. I was looking for that one bass. How was it called again? What was it called again? The track of mine. I forgot the name. Oh yeah, Nomad Stream. This is a really good bass sound. Yeah. Thomas, you're right. I do produce minimal and organic house, and I wanted to go for organic house today. However, it turned out very, very minimal. I agree. There we go. That sounds good. Oopa. Leave that out. Yeah, interesting result today. Definitely a different workflow. Part we can extend. This part actually. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope you learned something new from this very generative hardware Digitakt based workflow. I feel like this is as much as I could get out of me from 2 hours. I'm feeling a bit tired right now. Since it's evening here in Germany. Yeah. I would say this track's missing a lot of automation, tiny details in the background. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for those of you who have watched until the very end. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. Definitely less of the usual stuff that I show on my channel. Yeah, I'm reading through a couple of comments, but I don't think I'll be able to answer all these questions now. I missed a few, I just realized. Yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Have a good rest. Okay, you guys too. Thank you again for watching, guys.